Hey there guys, Stitch13 here, and welcome to another replay lot. Now, I had to completely get a new version of my game, so a lot of my replays is gone unfortunately. But here's a lot of replays that I'm going to share with you guys that I've done, and yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to go in recording date of what was recorded when. Actually, you know what, let's just do it biological. So, let's go. So this is quick hand destruction. It's first as a Karibo deck a friend of mine was using, and I'm using Neo-spacians. And I thought I've got quite a few Neo-spacian games in here, and I'd like to try and get some more, so you can see kind of what more I work with these days when I'm not playing Jaden Hero. And I say that because this deck is kind of like Jaden Hero, but it's got more of a Neo-spacian focus to it. This one going into that Nova Master, bring back that Neos. But I actually do a pretty cool play involving Fake Hero, which is just kind of a nice little way to use Neos. It's a kind of a card that I find is quite underrated, and people tend to not use it because they just don't think it's very good, which is fair enough. We each all have our own opinions. Anyway, going in for the scapegoat, I could have attacked Neos. I apparently thought, nah, we're not going to do that. Don't know why. But goes for that Firewall Dragon. Sure, why not? Creates a Link Karibo. Great stuff, great stuff. And here's what I went. I went Neos Force, right? That Fake Hero, special summon Neos, Contact, Dark Neos, Negate. Now, the reason why I particularly was showing this off, and then obviously Dark Neos went for the game, was because Fake Hero is a very unappreciated card in the aspect that it kind of says to you, hey, special summon Elemental Hero, which special summoning a Neo, since it's level 7, does do a lot of the stuff. And this is another Neo-spacian build. I think this is mostly Neo-spacian stuff. Going against Cybers. Now this person does make a very interesting play, in my personal opinion, because he goes for Pleiades, which I would personally go for Infinity, but you know, the person did that. I'm not sure why. I went for Blaze Man for the poly, it didn't work. Sad times attacked. Sad times even more. Wish you had that honest Neos. But I went, it's cool, I'll do this then instead. And I went for the Grand Neos to bounce that, but he obviously would chain it, but I contact out so I could get back Neos and Grand Mole, so at least I didn't lose or waste my materials. So Grand Mole stands to that, boom, goes that Cyber Dragon, I attack 33, good stuff. Now how do you think I'm going to win this one? Because he's about to do that. Well, yeah, guys, you just did see it. Now, yeah, that's an interesting one. Basically, I worked this out on a calculator. You can as well. But if he attacked Neos or Prisma, he would not have had enough to kill me, and so his only way to have enough damage to kill me to attack something with 900 attack. But however, Grand Mole does bounce when it gets attacked. So yeah, he kind of lost that either way. Now going back to the Wing Karibo person again. Yeah. I just ended because I didn't know what to do on my end. I think I was hoping for some damage or something. But now I'm like, Prisma, okay, cool, gonna send for Flare Scarab. Easily starting to set up. Then after this, she goes for that Karibo, detonate, and then does that. And I happen to join Neo-spacian cleverly with Convert Contact. Ooh, sure too. I was playing Necroshade in this build. The main reason being was because I wanted to, well, for one, I wanted to run Dark Bright, which I barely get a chance to do these days, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to try that in. But also, Dark Bright is there for mainly so I can select it with Prisma to mill a Necroshade if I have Neos in hand and I want to do that. But another thing is about it is Ricochet just being in the graveyard helps Neos get normal summons exactly like here, which is just something quite nice, and it can do piercing damage. So with an honest Neos dropping that on a defense monster, you can do some heavy damage, which I like. I knew about the incoming Mirror Force, but I didn't mind. Oh, and also, yeah, when Dark Bright does die, it kills a monster. But yeah, anyway, I knew about the incoming Mirror Force, but I didn't really care because, well, Magma Neos. I just wanted to free up a spot in the end, so I could end up just finishing the game with that. And yeah, it made the thing become a 2000 because of Berserker Crush, which was quite cool, but 6,700 to 2,000 still game. But that was me. That's yeah. A lot of these, like I say, are Neo-spacians, but that's because Neo-spacians are just super powerful, and a lot of this are actually showing off how powerful they can be. And I will have to pause for a little bit in some of this actually, because you're gonna get to witness an important thing about, well, I wouldn't say important per se, but a good way to use honest Neos. If you're unaware, there's a certain thing you want to be patient about, but you can't unfortunately show off too well in this. So I summoned out Blazeman and I wanted to get the poly. Right, now with this it's going to link Kariba, right? So I'm going to have 0 attack. Obviously I'm not going to attack again, there's no point. Right, he's going to attack. Now, with Honest Neos, in this there's two sections that it gives you. So it gives you the first one, do you want to activate it? And you say no. If you do it the second time, they can't respond. There's no quick effect, because it's still within the attack declaration phase, which this card effect has to happen in the attack declaration. Once it goes past that, if you activate Honest that other time, they can't respond to it, which is good. So yeah, just thought I'd give you guys some knowledge there. Boom, search for an Honest Neos, Air Neos, boom, drop that, game. Yeah, Air Neos has become a way. Now we're going to show it this way around because this is the same person I fight against. And Bujins used to be a big pain. Oh, by the way, just so you know, all these duels are without the new Neo-spacian card Contact Gate. These were, well, say were recorded. They were not recorded. Well, they were basically done before Contact Gate was ever in my current build. Which, yeah, I'll be honest, I'm mixed on it. I want to do a proper discussion on it, but it's an alright card, but it doesn't feel that necessary at the moment. So anyway, I've been playing without it for the longest time, and this is my replays of it, and you can already see the deck's powerful. A nice milk contact going there. Search for the Honest Neos, Prisma. I did that mainly because I wanted to do it within 2 types of attacks, obviously, so I can make it game. And I have the ability to search for Shadow Mist for some reason. I'm actually not entirely sure what happened there, so if you want to tell me, that'd be good. And then Bujin Game 2 was pretty much interesting. You're seeing more of a different aspect there. You're seeing another bit of a Jaden-ish heroes, I guess you could say. Basically, I started incorporating some of the vanillas into the build, just to a bit of my nostalgia, since I do love those cards, and it hasn't even hindered the consistency of the deck, which is quite funny. So yeah, I've been having fun doing that. You know, sending Neos. Now I should actually mention a bit about this attack order. Particularly, it's clever that I've timed it here. He's about to activate Hair to protect that. The thing is, I thought to myself, I didn't do the math to know if I would have made it game with the Honest Neos. So I just attacked into that and guaranteed myself a draw. which when if you ever go against a Bujin player, make sure you pay attention to their like grave stuff, and make sure you can try and think about what they're going to do, because you knew he was going to protect Yamato since that's the best card, and so I knew if I wanted to draw, I had to attack that bloke. So something to think about. But either way, Honestness was still strong enough, over 100 strong enough to game. So no worries either way. Now let's go for some fur hire. This was fun for me because I was playing my more Jaden-ish build again, I guess you could say. It's very limited. I did this. This guy didn't understand it, so he ended up going how. I just explained to him that if you don't know, Prisma's effect to send the card is the cost. However, the gaining the name is an effect. So make sure if you're playing Prisma, you can understand that. So if someone finishes you, you still have the ability to do it. Gets me to 500. And guys, how do you think I'm gonna win? What's that, Blazeman? Because I had Polly. Why not? Going dark, right? No. No contact. Yeah, game. If I wanted to be worse, I could have sent them Blazeman's effect to go Shadow Mist, add Honestness, and then I'd be worse. But yeah, it was straight game at that point. Basically, your warning is from Neo-spacians is that, and honestly, just purely advice, don't, really, seriously guys, don't, if you can make it game, make it game. But don't just leave yourself with low life points if you know you're playing against Neo-spacians. And that for higher deck, by the way, a thing, was game 2 for us. I unfortunately didn't save the first replay because of how bad it was. I had only magics in my, only spells in my hand. I couldn't do anything, so there was no point. Anyway, so that's why I didn't save that one. But that one's like, the guy knew. But anyway, so here we go. Polarization, Nova Master, good stuff. This one was really cool. It was a Fable deck, and it was like Fable Quasar, which I thought was really fun to see again because I haven't seen Fable Quasar. And one thing I found really cool was he made this thing and then drew 2, and then did this and drew another one, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then how I did it, got around it, by the way, just preemptively knowing he was going to go for Quasar, Shadow Mist allowed me to add an Honestness. I baited out with Mirror Confusion because I didn't think I was going to need it, and then I just went for that, dropped Honestness, and I drew a card off it, and also not only that, but going for game, not going for game, but yeah, drew a card and killed Quasar, and it was that was quite fun to experience. This guy seems to do a lot of there's a lot of not attacking, basically. I feel like he was trying to do some form of OTK from that. Like he was really trying just to get enough tuna monsters just to go straight for game, because he didn't entirely go and attack Nova Master. But maybe he was. I'm only going on theory here that he might have also feared one other thing, and I wouldn't blame him, to be honest. Is that the Honestness, which I didn't have. And then the ironic thing is, when he goes to draw, well, when he goes into this, Honestness became a threat because I drew it. Unfortunately, that was just the way it was. He's kind of set himself up for it, and that happens. Honestly, in games, if your deck's a deck like that, his best bet was to get rid of my extra deck monster as soon as he could, not waste any time, because that actually ended up kind of screwing him. But no worries, concede. And as soon, I think upon at that point, the guy was really hoping that I didn't have a comeback, and I didn't actually really have a comeback, to be honest with you. But he probably was thinking, oh god, Comfort Contact is going to draw some cards, maybe he has a comeback, and then so he probably was like, I can't make a comeback from this. So yeah, unfortunate, but happens. And then this one's something very particularly interesting. So this is a Master Rule 3 format, And I really like this guy's build actually. This is partly why I saved it. Was he did something really cool. I'm gonna go for some setting because I wanted to save my glow moss. But partly was I didn't want to reveal what it was I was playing. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go for like what I was going against. So he was playing future substitutes to do this guy, and it was like because there were zombie tokens as well. I thought that was cool, and I love how he was using fusion substitute as well, so he can draw. It's cool, honestly. I'm okay with this. Draws a card. Okay, fine. Anyway, the reason why for Ring of Destruction he's reading though is it, in short, it loses him the game. Ironically, I know. Oh yeah, I tried to grand mold it back. So the major thing is, and what the major thing is right with this, guys, is because I'm the way I play my decks. A lot of things is that there are a lot of one-offs, and I did run two Neoses at one point, but for lols I went, oh, I'm gonna run just one, right? That's fine, you know, I'm going for that, you know. Okay, cool. Prisma, boy, let's go, boys. Oh my god, Neos never saw that coming. Way. Well, I activate Contact Out. Now, here's why. So, me, I had a. Oh, right, so me, I had a Neos, right? Yeah, that's understandable, but most Neo-spacian players run one of their things, or the pure one-offs anyway, because the Neo-spacians can actually brick quite heavily at multiple. I know some people do run two of that, but usually it can brick. So even so, but the big thing was it wouldn't have been game. What would have happened if it Contact Out had resolved and I got Neo-spacians back? I would have probably killed off Formula Synchron. Yeah, I probably would kill off Formula Synchron, and I would have had Ehrenberg in defense mode, and I would have gained 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, about 4,000 life, so I've been 5,000. So it would have made a significant difference, but because he did that, Ring of Destruction, it killed him. And since I knew personally I couldn't bring the materials back, I did it as a troll because I was going to surrender after, because I thought, well, it's going to go back anyway, I can't win. I guess I'll just troll for Contact Out, and yeah, I beat Ring of Destruction and lost. So that was kind of ironic. Wait, that's weird. Oh, okay. Oh, the next draw was Ring of Destruction. I thought that had like changed out and I was confused. Anyway, so yeah, I won. That was interesting. That was interesting. I think this would be the third higher. Oh no, this is like. Oh great, I can show you that replay anyway. Bonus replay that I didn't know it saved. So I drew. This is the one I was telling you about how I bricked. Ignore transcendent. Ignore. I was trying out just Wing Rebo in my deck, just seeing if I could get in. I was just playing a couple games, just seeing if I could just come out my opponent. I can actually show you a misplay I made it, so actually that cost me the game. I'll show you why, and it was actually quite. My opponent pointed it out to me, and it was quite clever. So I'll give him credit where credit was due. Right, so I go for that instant Neo-space. Now, pretty much throughout the whole entire game, right, this is going to be a lot of a setup. And they're just drawing cards, I'm just drawing cards. And I wanted to try and get some damage in, right? So, at some point, I mean, Neo-space tries. In hindsight, I think what I needed to do was wait. And they had the Raigeki. I obviously forgot about Raigeki. And then I go for a play to basically just go into a power play to try and get some more pressure on the board, and also try and deal some damage. But the thing was, they had Raigeki, which ended up just gaming me in the long run. So that was the problem. Guys, some advice for some Neo-spacian players. If you have a monster of instant Neo-space, and they're struggling to get around it, don't do what I did. Honest to God, it's actually some people that can't get around that kind of card. What they'll prefer to do is that they'll probably rather wait for something like a Raigeki or a Dark Hole, and this allows you to have a bounce back with instant Neo-space. So yeah, kind of a pretty key factor to make sure you remember that. There you go, guys. I'm so glad actually that replay had saved. There you go. I'll show you the deck currently in its Wing Karibo stage. Just don't tell people. A lot of it's like just Jaden-ish stuff. Oh yeah, currently I'm running like 1 because Jaden stage. Why not? Obviously Wing Karibo and Wing Karibo level 10 aren't normally there. I just thought I'd add them for lols. And Transcendent Wings obviously is not normally there. But I wanted to see how many people I could just come out with that. Trust me, you have never seen so much satisfaction until you've seen a Goki player extra link you. You play Flute of Summoning Karibo and Transcendent Wings and blow up their entire board. This sadly did not happen on this version of the game. This happened on the last version of the game, and I had the replay saved, and that replay is now gone. Because my version wasn't updating for some reason, so I didn't save it. Obviously, something that's a major thing is you saw Shadow Mist being a big deal here. Shadow Mist and Hero Mask is kind of sometimes better than Blaze Man. And with one thing I've been playing is, because obviously this is Neo-spacian. If you're playing an actual hero build, I highly recommend Hero Lives even more. And the reason being is because sometimes Hero Lives 2 Prisma, just sending like 2 materials, specific materials, and then going poly into that. Jeez, so nice. It's really nice to do. It's rare to do, but it's nice. So yeah. But anyway, but for Neo-spacians, that's kind of what it is. Obviously, this is not the pure Neo-spacian build. This is just my janky Jaden version that I've got going around. I'll give you a proper Neo-spacian deck profile coming soon. I just want to pick up a few extra cards for that, and then I'll post that on the channel in a proper deck profile fashion. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the future. Yeah, see you all in the next video, and the next video, if things go right, should be this a proper Neo-spacian deck profile. Alright, bye guys.